Then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone for joining us today to kickstart the 6th ASEF Young Leaders Summit knowledge building phase. This is the beginning point of the program. We are so excited. We are so excited to have you all here. And yeah, so excited to have you all on board for this program. So brief introductions where you'll see some familiar faces and names as well, because you've all received many emails from us already. My name is Freya. I'm the youth project lead here in the ASEF Education Department. And with me, I also have
Linnea. I also work with Freya, of course, in the education department on our youth projects. I'm very happy to be here and to have you all in our cohort for this year. So this is, of course, only the beginning. We're looking forward to the whole project together as we look ahead.
Yeah, so you'll hear a lot from us, but we try not to speak too much. Although today, because we have run this introductory session with you, this welcome session, we will go through a number of different things. There are many other people also involved in this project, so we want to give the chance to acknowledge them, different organizers who are involved in delivering this project for you all. We will also then do some introductions to ASEF and ASEF Young Leaders Summit 6. We'll do some getting to know each other throughout the session, and then start talking a little bit about the topic as well in the second half, before we'll also give the opportunity for any questions and answers related to logistics. Many of you have had numerous emails with us already on your travels to Osaka, but we are also very excited to be able to share some other details with you in the coming weeks. So with that, we will begin today's session with some welcome remarks. First, we'd like to invite Mr. Zhang Lei, who's ASEF's Deputy Executive Director, to deliver some welcome remarks on behalf of ASEF to you all. Mr. Zhang, please.
Good afternoon to friends in Asia and good morning to those in Europe. Greetings to our esteemed Ambassador Sato, ASEF Governor for Japan, to Dr. Keiko Ikeda and colleagues from Kansai University, valued partners, dear young leaders. It is a great pleasure to welcome you all to the start of the 6th edition of the ASEF Young Leaders Summit today. This program brings together 80 outstanding young leaders from across Asia and Europe, selected from over 10,000 applicants, to learn from one another, to collaborate to find solutions, and to lead us into the next stage of society. Each one of you is committed to exploring innovative solutions to our most pressing challenges. We are living in times of profound transformation. Technology is shaping our societies in unprecedented ways, creating both remarkable opportunities and complex challenges. In such a landscape, the need for capable and compassionate leadership is stronger than ever. What does it mean to be a good leader today? Leadership takes many forms. Whether you lead yourself, your teams, or your communities, the experiences and perspectives you bring to this forum are already contributing to positive change. Throughout the program, I encourage you to embody 2 guiding principles: to give and to receive. To give, share generously. Offer your experiences, your solutions, your questions, and even your setbacks. Be open in your collaborations and patient in your exchanges. True learning is born from both the things we have in common and the differences that enrich our collective wisdom. To receive, listen with an open mind and an open heart. Across the diverse tapestry of nationalities, cultures, and values represented here, there's immense potential to learn from one another. Even when you disagree, seek understanding. Let this diversity challenge assumptions and fuel your growth. While different countries across Asia and Europe each have their distinct qualities, it is our collaboration that enables us to address global challenges, challenges that no single country or community can solve alone. Today, you have before you a unique opportunity to build bridges, nurture partnerships, and lay the groundwork for real impact. This program is possible thanks to the unwavering support of institutions and individuals who are deeply invested in empowering young leaders. To the Japan Hub for Innovative Global Education, the College of Europe in Natoling, the Copenhagen Institute of Future Studies, the Tech for Good Institute, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Japan, and to our long-standing youth and student organization partners. On behalf of the Asia-Europe Foundation, I express our heartfelt appreciation for your contributions and commitment. ASEF is also thankful to the European Union and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Denmark for their financial support to this project. To you, ASEFYLS6 participants, through your journey to Osaka, seize this opportunity for deep learning, transformative dialogue, and lasting friendship. Engage fully, ask bold questions, and let your vision for the future take shape through the connections and knowledge you build here. The future of Asia and Europe is in your hands. I'm excited to see the impact you will make. Let us set the tone for an inspiring, energizing, and empowering knowledge-building phase. I wish you a rewarding and unforgettable the 6th ASEF Young Leaders Summit. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Zhang, for those lovely, inspiring words and messages of giving and receiving to our young leaders here today. Thank you. Next, we'd like to invite Ambassador Kunisato to give her welcome remarks. The ambassador here is the Special Assistant to the Minister for Foreign Affairs of Japan, MOFA, and is also our ASEF Governor for Japan. Ambassador Sato, please. Ambassador, just to say you're currently on mute, if we could ask you to unmute yourself. Thank you. Not yet. No, still on mute. And still there. Can see lots of your colleagues trying to help you here. Still not yet, I'm afraid. There we go.
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you now. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Ambassador, for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me to say a few words. Mr. Chan, Deputy Executive Director of ASEF, Professor Ikeda of Kansai University, members of ASEF, participating young leaders, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Government of Japan, I'm delighted to be part of today's opening session for the knowledge building phase of the 6th ASEF Young Leaders Summit on Leadership in Society 5.0. As introduced, my name is Kuni Sato, and I currently serve as Special Assistant to the Minister for Foreign Affairs of Japan and as ASEF Governor for Japan. In the course of my career as diplomat, I have served in various positions dealing with multilateral organizations as well as Asian and European affairs, including as ambassador to UNESCO and ambassador to Hungary. Like many of the young leaders gathered here today, during my graduate school days, at Columbia University in the city of New York, I was not only enthusiastic about my academic studies, but even more enthusiastic about exchanging views and debating on issues of the time that were valuable to our generation. Those activities in my youth helped build the foundation of what I have achieved in my career. And many of the friends from those days still meet and continue to give me invaluable insights. We also have a good time occasionally when our paths cross. That is why I appreciate ASEF's efforts in realizing the Young Leaders Summit. The summit has been connecting and empowering future leaders across Asia and Europe to collaborate in sharing experiences and ideas in an endeavor to find solutions to societal challenges faced in both regions. The ties and friendship built through these activities during one's youth, that is very important, is indeed invaluable. This project and today's session have been made possible thanks to the efforts of ASEF, and Japan fully supports the aims and objectives of this project. I look forward to welcoming all of you, young leaders, to Osaka, Japan, in September. The on-site program of the summit is going to be held in Osaka on the sideline of the Expo 2025, which focuses on Society 5.0. This concept of Society 5.0 has been proposed by Japan in 2016 as human-centered society in which economic development on one hand and the resolution of societal social issues on the other are compatible with each other through a highly integrated system of cyberspace and physical space. I hope that through focused discussions on this timely and interesting theme, you will develop leadership skills and build friendship that may well continue for a lifetime. Japan highly values the activities of ASEF, which implements programs to promote better understanding between Asia and Europe, as well as focuses on themes that are timely and relevant for ASEAN countries. We will continue to be active in expanding such exchanges between the two regions, including through the ASEF Young Leaders Summit. To conclude, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to all of you for your kind attention. And I also would like to express my hope that this program will bear fruits for all participants. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ambassador Sato, for those lovely remarks, and really nice to hear from your graduate student days as well, what you took from the value of times and programs such as these. I think it's very nice to hear from senior leaders as yourself for our young leaders in the call. Thank you. Next, last but not least, we would like to hear some welcome remarks from Dr. Keiko Ikeda, who's the Vice Director for Institute for Innovative Global Education at Kansai University and also a professor in the Division for International Affairs, and our wonderful host for our Youth Summit in Osaka in the end of September. Keiko, over to you.
Sure. こんにちは。おはようございます。こんばんは。Wherever you are, greeting from Japan. I'm honored to join you today for ASEF Young Leaders Summit 6 in Osaka, a summit dedicated to leadership in Society 5.0, a vision of a human-centered, inclusive, technology-integrated future. By saying that, I'm getting already excited. My name is Keiko Ikeda. I'm a professor from Kansai University, belongs to Division of International Affairs. I represent the collaborative initiative by Kansai University called JIGE, Japan Hub for Innovative Global Education. Kansai and JIG bring a deep educational expertise in innovation, while ASEF brings an interconnectable network and a leadership framework in Society 5.0. What a wonderful match that we are. Together, we are co-hosting, organizing this Summit 6, integrating knowledge building, leadership in action, and in-person summit in Osaka from September 29th through October 5th, 2025. It's coming up. Osaka is the Japan's second largest economic hub, with a gross city product of around US 184 billion, contributing roughly about 3.6% of national GDP in Japan. Home to 2.7 million residents. In the daytime, it goes up to 3.6 million population, I heard. Osaka thrives on a high density commerce and urban dynamism. That's where you're coming into. This combination of economic weight, entrepreneurial ethos, and historical legacy, innovation infrastructure makes Osaka vibrant, modern, and academically compelling metropolitan city. Kansai University is right in the downtown of Osaka. We're also hosting, as you know, the exciting World Expo 2025 currently, with the so far participation from roughly 160 countries and regions. The Expo showcases about 80 national thematic pavilions, spotlighting innovation in health, robotics, sustainability, space, and AI all go into Society 5.0 topics. But I won't say any more because I don't want to spoil your excitement for all of you. We have a mutual mission for this summit. Our goal is to empower youth, leaders like yourself, to develop self-leadership, team leadership, and societal leadership through dialogue, intercultural exchange, and innovation, fully aligned to ASEF's leadership approach and JIG Education 5.0 vision. As a participant, you are stepping into a transformational journey. We've done learning online. We'll continue to be learning and collaborating international project teams, and then meeting face-to-face in Osaka to engage with the experts and present your case studies out stage on World Expo as well. We'd like to make, as a Kansai University, we'd like to make this opportunity more than just a summit. It's a bridge that connects Kansai's tradition of global hospitality with SF youth empowerment. Our partnership ensures that you receive world-class leadership training, deep local immersion, and the platform of your voice in shaping Society 5.0. I encourage each of you, the young leaders, to seize this opportunity, build friendship across continents, and build friends with Kansai University students as well, and challenge assumptions and harness technology ethically to drive positive change. Thank you for being a part of this transformational journey, and I am very excited to host all of you. Thank you very much for this opportunity to make a remark. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Keiko. I think that's a wonderful introduction to Osaka and to Kansai University and to the Japan Hub for Innovative Global Education, which you're representing, which is also, I'll mention, a consortium with other universities in Japan as well. But thank you very much for those lovely words. I think everyone is even more excited to come to Osaka in September now. Okay, after these wonderful welcome remarks, there's still more people to introduce you to. And we, as you know, very familiarly, more and more with every email we send Linnea and myself. But there's another key person who is behind the scenes in the education department working with us to make this whole project happen. We'd like to introduce Ms. Reika Tosha, the director of the education department, who will also be with us throughout the program. And even if you don't get as many emails from her as you do from us, she's key important part in making this all happen, working behind the scenes. Reika, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you so much, Freya and Linnea. And thank you so much, Ambassador Kunisato, Deputy Executive Director, Jangle, Ikeda Sensei, partners, and young leaders. It's a real pleasure to open the 6th edition of the ASEF Young Leaders Summit. ASEF has been running this program series since 2015, so we are actually celebrating a 10-year anniversary with the 6th edition. And you might know that we organize the summit in every second year, and in between the years, we organize capacity building trainings for young leaders. And we always change a format a little bit, always look for areas for improvement to make this program even more exciting and deliver more value and stay relevant and look at topics that are really exciting across Asia and Europe. But what is always core and constant and never changes is that it's a leadership program at its heart, which is really designed to nurture leaders who are empowered and have a heart for Asia-Europe collaboration, who understand and value the different perspectives from the two continents, and finish this program with a strong commitment to keep collaborating and discussing and networking across the two continents in Asia and Europe. So for us, it's very important to evaluate the results of the program and to monitor how the young leaders who have completed go on in their lives, in their professional careers, in their personal life, and we collect a lot of feedback to see how we can improve this program. And in this welcome remark, I thought I would like to share 3 points with you. What we learned from this feedback, what are recurring themes, what the young leaders say after having completing this program. And it's my sincere hope for you that you will also be able to leverage on these special features of this program. And you will feel after completing that these are really the points which make this program unique. So first of all, we think that based on the feedback that one of the unique features of the program is really the cohort, the diversity of the cohort that gets to enrolled in such a program. So you might remember or recall that for this edition, for the 6th edition, we had over 10,000 applications from 50 countries. So it was really a very serious responsibility for us to look through all of them and try to find those 60 plus 20, altogether 80 people who would make up a cohort which has the desired balance and diversity. We were of course looking on the one hand on individual merit, but on the other hand also it's very important for us to assemble a group which has the right features and balance. So when talking about merit, it was really humbling to see how many young leaders, including you, are out there, are really passionate about different causes. And it covers a wide range. It's many young leaders addressing societal problems. Many of you are passionate about environment, or just want to create a business with purpose, or want to make a change through technology, or many other areas. But it's really very good to see all the purpose that is out there that you and your peers lead with. And we see a lot of potential in you as well, especially in this cohort and in this group. So this group was designed in a way that there is many learning opportunities for you. Of course, not only from the future speakers and all the contributors, but especially from each other. So I really encourage you to use all the program elements online and offline to learn from each other, to learn from your peers, because each and every one of you in this room has really special perspectives and a special contribution to this program. And with that, I would like to also highlight that it's an opportunity, but we would like to ask you to take it as an obligation as well, to some extent, to come and contribute to this program, bring in this wealth of purpose, passion, and potential that you have in you and share it with the others. So the second point that we learned from our participants who have completed the program is that it's good to have a program that is future-looking. So this topic that we are tackling for a number of years now is also very much future-looking on a longer horizon, Society 5.0. So here, throughout the program, we will encourage you to think and imagine how such a society would look like, and how you can shape it in order to make it look like more the way you want. Because in our daily life, we acknowledge that our attention is mostly focusing on the very near future. Most of our energy just goes to try to complete the day and the week. Then, of course, we perhaps think a lot about what's happening this month, how to complete everything this year. But then we have rarely opportunities to think much further on the horizon of 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. So this program is a good opportunity for you to take out a little bit of time from your hectic, heavy, busy agenda and use your imagination and use all the inputs from your peers to think about the future on a longer term and what kind of future you would like to see. So it's a very good time to do this kind of future thinking and to be a young leader with all these technological and all kinds of disruptions going on in the world. I think this is a time whenever and wherever you can make just a little positive change, it can have a much bigger impact than you would assume. So use this opportunity to take a bit of time, unleash your imagination, and think about the longer future on the longer horizon. And third, and last but not least, what we also learned from our alumni is that this program is very unique in the network that it can provide. That people, after having completed the program, even after 2 years, 4 years, 6 years, they are still in touch with each other and have the opportunity to initiate a lot of different spin-off projects online or in their countries, all sorts of activities you can imagine. And with that, they can also create a much bigger impact in their community and pay forward what they learned from this program to others who perhaps didn't get the chance to enroll this one, but this is a way for them to give back or pay forward what they have gained from the program. So this is the third point that I hope you will also experience, and I also encourage you to try to build friendships and connections and networks that remain sustainable after the program. From our side, we will do our best to help you to leverage on all of 3 points, but it will be up to you also what you can take with yourself, and we count on your partnership in this. And on the next slide, I would like to also say that, of course, this program, we are not running it alone. We have a wonderful ecosystem of partners who are working with us. This year, we are especially lucky to have partners like Japan Hub of Innovative Global Education, represented here today by Ikeda Sensei, who will be hosting the summit next to the expo. We've been working together since last year already to prepare everything. So very, very much looking forward to get to Osaka with all of you together end of September. And also wonderful partnership with College of Europe, who have been hosting the navigators training just 2-3 weeks ago in Natolin. We also work with a very good selection of knowledge partners like the Copenhagen Institute for Future Studies, Tech for Good Institutes, and the UNDP Movers program to make sure we have the expertise that we need in the program, a diverse expertise coming from different angles and from different cultural perspectives. And of course, we have a very strong network of supporting partners, mostly youth and student organizations in Asia and Europe, but also Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Japan. You will be able to meet and discuss and get to know some of their representatives as well, who will be participating in the program. We are very lucky to have the support of the MAGE youth and student organizations, also making sure that our program fits nicely into this ecosystem. And last but not least, this program is funded and enabled by the European Union and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Denmark. So this is the ecosystem where you will meet partner representatives in the program as speakers or as participants. And it's also my pleasure to already give you a sneak peek of another group of people who are key partners in delivering this program. We call them the navigators. There are 20 of them from 20 different countries. who are alumni of ASEF programs, perhaps this series, the ASEF Young Leaders Summit series, but perhaps other programs that we run at ASEF. And we selected them to come back and contribute a little bit more, so they will have extra responsibilities in this program, and you will learn soon exactly what are these about and who are they. But also just keep in mind it's another demonstration how we always try to re-engage alumni and keep the people close to us who are really there, show up to do more, and this is also a way of them paying forward and appreciating the previous opportunities and now showing up to pay it back. So if you can just throw a quick reaction like clapping hands or hearts or anything if you're a navigator in this group, and then if you have the gallery view and you can already see who these people are. Okay, thank you so much. I stop here now and give back the floor to Freya. Really nice to see all of you.
Thank you so much, Rika, for that summary of the evolution of this project and the biggest learnings we've had. I, at least personally, have had the privilege to be working on this project since 2018 now. I've seen it since the 3rd edition, so you'll hear me mention more and more how the project has evolved, how we're constantly trying to improve it and reflect on the learnings each year. So I think thank you, Rika, so much for highlighting these things and the key hearts that we also put into the project for the benefit of all of you. With that, that's the end of sort of the big introductions of people and partners and organizers. So while we still have some of them here, I know Dr. Keda had to leave already, I'll invite everyone to put their cameras on so we can take a quick group photo to represent this kickoff session that we're having today. So let's turn your cameras on, and then I'm going to stop sharing so that we have a full screen, so that Linnea here can quickly take as many screenshots as possible.
When you're ready.
Yeah, when you're ready. Okay, we'll do a couple of rounds because there's a couple of pages of you. So on the count of 3, we just I say on the count, let's just keep smiling for a while. So 1, 2, 3.
Okay, give me 1 second. Is it loads? Probably the eye was looking at me, but we'll figure it out.
Okay, we keep doing it. And the next one, give us a second. 1, 2, 3. And I think we'll do one more. And finally, 1, 2, 3. Lovely. Thank you all so much for this. Okay, let's pop the slides back up. We hope, feel free to keep your cameras on throughout the session. It's nice to be able to see you as well, because I know we see ourselves all the time, and just being able to see our little square on the screen is not as fun as being able to see all of you. So it would be nice to be able to see your wonderful faces as well. Okay, then I am happy then to move into the next stage of today's introduction session, which is to introduce a bit more about our work here, and then how this project itself fits into our overarching goals as an organization, and then to talk a little bit more about the program and what you have coming up for you. So if I can get my slides to work. ASEF itself, for those of you who are perhaps less familiar, was created in 1997. We're an intergovernmental not-for-profit organization, which is probably a definition of an organization that you've never heard of before, because we're extremely unique in this definition, with the goal for connecting both civil society and government. So the intergovernmental part means we are publicly funded by voluntary contributions from our 53 members, so 51 countries in Asia and Europe, plus the European Union and the ASEAN Secretariat. So we're publicly funded, And our board of governors is also, they're all representatives from these countries. For example, Ambassador Sato, you saw earlier. So we're governed by governments, but our goal is also to bring together civil society, which is why we're also a not-for-profit here with this goal. So our mission is to really be able to facilitate the connectivity, the knowledge exchange and peer-to-peer collaboration between people from the two regions, people and organizations from the two regions. And that looks, this goal comes out in many different ways. So we're all here. So Reika, Linnea, and myself are here from the education department, but we also have colleagues across the organization who work in different thematic areas. So culture, public health, media, sustainable development, economy, and governance. So for example, they all do projects like this with their own target audiences. So bringing together Asians and Europeans, but they might be journalists from the two regions or arts professionals from the two regions, public health professionals, etc., all for this goal of knowledge exchange and collaboration, peer-to-peer learning from the two regions. So we're not just a youth organization, although it might feel like that a little bit, at least for us when we are working on our youth projects. We do, as an organization, we have much bigger goals and much broader target audience of reaching across the two regions themselves. So that's about ASEF itself. I'll mention also that we're connected with a governmental process, so the Asia-Europe meeting process, which brings together governments as well, especially in the education sector. So ministries of education, professionals, and policymakers come together to support collaboration within governments, and we support this process as well, which is something you will see then on the next slide, a little bit more about the education department and what we do, because actually, while you have Reika, Linnea, and myself here, we have a number of other colleagues in the education department who work with other stakeholders within the field of education. So we also work with secondary school teachers and educators, as well as higher education leaders, managers, researchers, and policymakers in the field of education. So different projects tackling different topics with different target audiences, but all with this goal of bringing together Asians and Europeans. And you, yourself, the youth, our youth projects. So, I mean, Linnea and I are biased here of how fun it is to work with young people in this field. But with all of these projects, we do a lot of mix of knowledge exchange. We do workshops, conferences, training programs like this, development programs. We also conduct research and put out publications. So you'll see, if you're interested in any more of our work, you can see on our website more and more. You can also email us if you have any questions about something in particular, or you know someone who's working in another field that might be interested in something that we do. Okay, I will move on now to talk about a little bit more about the program itself, the program series. So Reika touched on this a little bit, but to re-mention that this program has been going on for 10 years now, since 2015, since the first edition. And I'll mention also that this progressed by our alumni. So we had another project, another youth project that was similar to a Model United Nations format. It was a simulation of a governmental process to strengthen capacity building in sort of diplomacy skills, negotiation, things like this. And the young people and the alumni from a project it must have been in 2014, came to ASEF and said, we really like bringing together young people to be able to do a simulation, but we'd also really like a project that brings together young people who can represent themselves and to be able to talk about different socio-economic problems and challenges and experiences across the two regions. And this is how the ASEF Young Leaders Summit project was developed. It came out of a request from young people. So we have created it, inspired by young people for young people. We've covered a number of different themes over the years. And as Reika said, we're trying more and more to focus on future-looking themes. And how do we prepare this? Those of you that are already leading and will be taking on leadership roles in the future, for that type of leadership, for a society where we don't necessarily know what jobs are looking like, what new technological advancements will appear, what new challenges we will face in the world. So across the different editions of the summit, which happens every 2 years, and the capacity building trainings that we run in between, we've covered a number of topics, but this year will be our last year focusing on the topic of leadership and society 5.0. Next year we will begin a new topic, and we're excited to be able to see where this topic takes us and where the future of this project looks like as well. Reka mentioned a little bit more about these, so I won't go into it too much. Our main goals with this project for you are leadership capacity building, intercultural understanding, and also dialogue between you and decision makers and experts. So these are the goals that we try and bring into all the phases of our programs as much as we can, so that you have the most learning opportunities. Then who are you all? So Reka already mentioned, and you've seen in the emails you've received, that we received over 10,000 applications. And there are 80 of you selected to join the program. And I want to reiterate this point of, Reka stressed how we reviewed all of the applications within the team ourselves, and we've gone through a stringent selection process to be able to get you all here. And we are so excited for you, for what you'll be able to take from this program and what you'll be able to give to this program. But we also want to stress the honor that it is to be part of this program, because there's a very long waiting list. There's a huge amount of people who were not selected, and we really hope that you make the most of this opportunity, because of this how competitive this program is. So please bear this in mind. Reka also earlier insinuated but didn't explicitly say one of my favorite quotes, which is, "You can take a horse to water, but you cannot make it drink." So we can bring you all here together, we can bring you to Osaka, but you are the ones who have to make the most of your time in the program and drink the water, like the horse cannot, we cannot make you do anything, but we hope that you make the most of it.
Highly encouraged.
Yeah, highly encouraged. Okay. But as Reka also mentioned, you are an extremely diverse group, but an extremely balanced group of young people who come from different academic and professional backgrounds. So we're really excited for you to get to know each other and learn from each other throughout this program. And we're conscious that the online phase is not always, we try and make the online phase as interactive as possible. It's not always so easy, considering you're all coming from different time zones. And have different commitments and so on. But we want to start off with the online phase for you to initially start to get to know each other before we move into the leadership and action phase, and then the on-site phase. So on that, let's also move into the topic and the journey you will go on a little bit. So I won't touch on this too much, this topic, because we'll go into the topic of Society 5.0 a little bit more in depth later. But I wanted to highlight how we connect these things and why we chose this topic, because we really felt that this is a leadership development program, as Reka mentioned, as you know. But we also recognize this new stage of society that we're coming to, and what does that mean for young people? What are the skills that you need? How can you be prepared? How do you understand the next stage of society, and how can you work together? We have a lot of new challenges in recent years, some of them new, some of them old, but they keep coming up and they're still being faced. And how so many of these are across borders, across different countries, and how do you understand each other better to be able to solve these challenges together? So this is how we bring these topics of leadership and Society 5.0 together in the program, and these are the things you should be keeping in mind when you're listening to all of the speakers, when you're engaging with each other, how are you developing your skills in this way throughout the program? And what does the program look like itself? So we have 3 phases. You have your first phase, which was Kickstarter today, where you're taking on the learning role. This is your chance to listen and to exchange and discuss with experts, with each other, and start thinking about the topic. Lots of you have experience in very different areas, and not all of you may have even heard of Society 5.0 before, so this is your chance really to dive into the topic deeper, and for all of you to sort of, use similar language, learn these new terms, and be able to be talking on the same page as well. The next phase 2, leadership and action, this is where your chance is to collaborate with each other. So you will be divided into teams. Each team will be led by 2 of our navigators, who you saw on the screen earlier, and you will be set a challenge. And your challenge during that phase will be to, I'm checking my notes on my slides of what I put on the next slide. Your challenge will be to explore and look for case studies to answer your challenge question from across Asia and Europe. This is your chance to understand different societal challenges across the 2 regions, to work together as a team, and to be able to have deeper conversations about what the societal challenge looks like in different countries. And then finally, the most exciting thing that we're working towards is the Youth Summit itself in Osaka, where we will bring you all together for further and deeper exchange. We know a lot of these exchanges happen best when you're in person together, which is why it's so important to have that time. And we have an exciting program lined up for you in Osaka itself. So just to summarize the different sessions that we have as part of the knowledge building phase, we have weekly Tuesday sessions from now until the 26th of August on different topics, and 2 additional leadership dialogues that take place on Thursdays on the 7th and 21st of August. So these sessions, there might also be additional leadership dialogues, but these might happen at quite short notice. I know you have not received all of your calendar invites yet, but these will be coming soon. For the 3 content subject sessions on the future of economy, environment, people and work in Society 5.0, these will be a slightly different format, and you will have received your webinar link to be able to join these sessions yesterday. I hope. If you have not, do let us know. But otherwise, today's session and the final session on self and team leadership will be in a Zoom meeting, and we'll have a slightly different structure to them as well. When we kick off the leadership and action phase, this will be a Thursday session on the 28th of August. As we mentioned, we have been developing this phase in collaboration with the Movers program, led by the youth team at the United Nations Development Program, to come up with different challenge questions for you, and different mentors also who will be able to provide some experience working in the field and provide some inspiration as you work in your teams to conduct your research on case studies and finding, what are the different solutions, technological solutions that exist across Asia and Europe already. And I'll add quickly on this point, which of why we chose this type of collaboration during the leadership and action phase. In the last 2 years that we've been working on this topic, we've had a lot of different requests, but one of the requests that came out of it was this importance of knowing what is already out there, knowing what technological solutions already exist, best practices, case studies, to be able to bring those to different communities, to be able to learn from each other, and to be able to implement them, adapt them, or reflect on whether they are suitable in different communities. So this is why you have this task this year to find these case studies for us. And as part of that, the navigators will lead you through different peer-to-peer discussions, different learnings, different ways of working to understand each other better and understanding the different societies that you all live in. And then we will invite you to present the top case studies you've found in Osaka, both during the program at Kansai University and at the expo itself. So more details of that, of course, will come later. But what I'll add is that we hope also to be able to prepare a publication to publish all of these case studies as well later on in the year. So your work will be contributing to this. I know there's a lot of details here throughout this program, and I'm sure you all have a lot of questions. We will have a Q&A at the end, but we're just trying to touch on all these points at the beginning, and then all of these phases will come with more details throughout the coming weeks, but we don't want to overwhelm you all with too much information just yet. And finally, I'll touch on a couple of the key components of the program for Osaka, of which the detailed program will be coming in a couple of weeks. We've been working hard to develop it in the team, but there will be a mix of learning from and having dialogue with different experts in the field of Society 5.0 or futures thinking, and really have deep dialogues and debates with them and with each other. We'll have the presentation of the case studies. We'll also have the visit to World Expo, which I'm sure you have many questions about, but all of this information will come in time. We'll also have some study visits and as well a crucial component of all our programs of cultural exchange. So there's a lot to look forward to and a lot of information still to come on this program itself. But I have one more slide on this. Okay, one more slide quickly on the beginning of this journey, which is something we will request you to do, which is keep a journal to track your learning and learning from each other and learning on the topic. What we will do is so there's a number of announcements that will go out after this session, probably tomorrow, which is we will enroll you all onto two platforms. One is Slack, which is our collaborative platform where you can talk to each other more informally. And for those of you who have used Slack before, for those that haven't, it's a very easy platform to use, but it's a nice collaborative tool that you can use to be able to talk to each other and work in your teams. The second thing is we will enroll you into ASEF's e-learning platform, which is where we will have lots of resources. It's where the recordings of the sessions will be, different additional resources that you can find, as well as the discussion forums that will be compulsory for you to share some of your journal reflections each week of your learnings. And we'll ask you the same questions each week, but we want to hear your different reflections as you hear from different experts throughout the next 4 or 5 weeks. So what are 3 things you learned in the session? How do you think you could apply what you learned? And what questions do you still have? And in which ways do you want to learn more? And as part of this, so we request this to be we advise you keep your journal yourself and that you share your key things on the discussion forum that you want to put up with each other and discuss with each other. So it's a compulsory part of the program that you do this on the discussion forum, and we'd love to see the interactions and conversations that you have with each other throughout the program, throughout the knowledge building phase. This will really help you with your peer-to-peer learning and developing your thinking on the topic as well. Really an opportunity for you to dive deeper. Again, all these details of how to do this will come out in the update email tomorrow. Okay, then, more excitingly, this is enough of us speaking for now. I really need some water because I feel like I've been speaking for too long. We want to give you the opportunity to speak the most. So we're going to put you into some breakout rooms so you can start getting to know each other. If you're in a situation where you can't currently talk, you'll have mixed commitments. We hope you don't, but we hope you can talk. If you are in a situation, just pop into the chat that you currently can't speak. But we'll allocate you to a room anyway, so in case you can. We'll try and mix up the rooms and give you 15 minutes to introduce yourself and briefly touch on How do you understand Society 5.0 in your own context? So that could be within your community, within your country, the context that you are coming from as an individual. How do you understand this topic? What I will say quickly on this note is you are all, of course, here selected in the program representing your countries or coming from your countries. However, that does not mean you are necessarily representing while you're representing your country, you're not necessarily representing you're not representing your government, or you're here from your institutions or organizations, but you're not explicitly representing them. As in, you are not speaking on behalf of them, you are here representing yourselves as individuals. And keep this in mind also for the other participants that you're in a room with, and as you meet throughout this program, you're all here as individuals with individual perspectives. So please be respectful of this and keep this in mind in all of the conversations that you have. With that, I think we are almost ready.
Just trying to ensure that we get some, balance in the rooms as well.
Okay. We should be there. So we'll give you 15 minutes to have a quick discussion and start getting to know each other. We'll do more of these throughout the program, but we're excited for you to all have your first interactions with each other. So I think we're ready.
Yeah.
Lovely. Then
see you in a bit.
Enjoy. See you in a bit. Quick emoji reactions. How was that? Some hearts, some thumbs up, some claps, lots of hearts. Good. We're glad you enjoyed this beginning first chance to get to know each other. Of course, we have a couple of months to have even more and more conversations with each other. Lots of celebrations, lots of hearts. This is really something we're happy to see. Yeah, we're so excited. Actually, for me at least, but I think for Linnea as well, watching you all have conversations, learning from each other, becoming friends, this is really something that's so fulfilling for us. So we try and step back as much as we can and let you develop these friendships and learning from each other. On this, we're going to go for a quick 5-minute break. I know we've had quite some time sat, so it's currently 19 minutes past 5 here in Singapore. So we'll come back in about 5 minutes, about at least 24 minutes past the hour, wherever you are. So we'll quick 5-minute break, and then we'll go into the sort of second half of this session today. So stand up, get a tea or coffee, stretch a bit, and we'll see you back here in 5 minutes. Recording on. Let's go into the second half, although we're already an hour and a half through this session. The second half will be a little bit shorter. We'll still wrap up on time today, but I will let Linnea talk us through the next part of today's session.
How fun. She speaks. I have been very happy to listen into our welcome remarks and to see all of you come together here in this session, and hopefully had an opportunity to talk to each other also now in the breakout rooms. But whilst we've covered a little bit about the program as a whole, we want to also delve into the topic of leadership in Society 5.0, how we've been working with this over the past couple of years, and then also to get your input on what you envision it as and how we can build on this throughout the program. So as you heard in the welcome remarks from Ambassador Sato, the concept of Society 5.0 as such originated from Japan, which is why we're so excited also for this third and final year on the topic to bring it back home to Japan and to Osaka for the summit. But as was described also, it's a concept that describes a society in which the focus is on human-centeredness, where the economic development of a country and a nation, and also widely in the community and the world, we're balancing these developments with also working on societal issues by integrating the cyberspace and the fiscal space. So here connected to also what you will be, of course, working on throughout the action phases. How can we use technology to solve societal challenges, and how can we use it as a tool in a conscious way? And what we're doing in this program, and also which the concept describes, is to look at this through different lenses and perspectives to help guide us to determine whether or not this solution and this technology that is being used is used in an ethical, inclusive, and sustainable way. So what you'll see also in the way we formulated and structured the knowledge building phase, but you'll also see when we share some previous materials on the platform that Freya mentioned that we'll be enrolling you on, is that, of course, these are just some perspectives to look at Society 5.0 and whether or not technology is integrated in a human-centered way. But it's a framework that we use and help guide us when we are having these discussions on the topic. So ethical, inclusive, and sustainable, and what does that mean in this relation to the topic? And as this is the third year that we're working on the project, we've also worked on it already for years past. And what we've done, and was mentioned also in the beginning, is that beyond organizing projects, we also do some output reports. And we're trying to survey you as those that are applying and the youth that are active in this field and are learning about and integrating and working with technology in society, on what are your perceptions of Society 5.0. So we've done so through different surveys, and we want to ask some of the questions that we asked through these surveys to you as well, to get your input on what you think on these topics. So we want you to be active in this in a moment. So we'll pop over, I think, already to the next slide and see what you think the biggest societal challenges are that we face today. And for this, you'll see that we have a little icon on the screen with a little bubble function. So we ask you here to put your replies in the chat. So what you think are the biggest societal challenges that we face today. So you can put your own comments, what you think, you can comment on each other's as well. And then we'll be able to see your replies and share with some of them here today. And then we'll go into some other questions as well and get your input as well. But before perhaps we start that conversation, I'll quickly pop this as a block kind of divider in the chat, which is our latest report from last year on this topic. So specifically looking at what shaping Society 5.0 and the perspectives of youth when it comes to both leadership development, the type of skills that are needed for the jobs perhaps that are changing in this scene, and ways in which we see is Society 5.0 here, are we going into it, things like this. So let us know in the chat what you think are some of the biggest societal challenges that we face today, and then we can get the conversation going. We see already Elaine, one of our navigators here, with navigators starting off navigating and guiding. We see climate change. Let's see. It's coming so quickly that it just started scrolling and we didn't have a chance to see.
Demographic changes, societal aging.
Roots of culture, keeping them still while society is modernizing.
Unequal wealth. Shattering of global international order. Oh, big statement, but yeah, societal challenge.
Misinformation, we see in different varieties here as well. Energy, radicalization. Interesting.
Rising inequalities, food insecurity.
Access to education. See a lot of these challenges, of course, centered around the different SDGs that are present as well.
Prioritization of efficiency over humanity. That's a big balance question that we'll be discussing throughout the program. What else? Access to quality of education.
Yeah, climate change coming up a couple of times again. This one's interesting. Losing empathy, failing to listen, and causing societal divides. Yeah, the human-centeredness, how do we still have empathy for each other in this world where everything is moving very quickly, and a lot of impressions perhaps as well.
And combating this is one of our biggest goals as an organization here at ASEF.
Found the right spot.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Feel free to continue the discussion in the chat. But as we can see, there's a lot of them. And we see some overlapping themes in some of your answers as well. But of course, this can be dependent on where you're coming from. What is the biggest societal challenge facing your own community? Be it that you're looking at your country, your region. Of course, we work a lot with Asia, Europe. But also across the regions, what can be something that, so climate change, for example, something that, of course, tackles or addresses everyone. So yeah, thank you for sharing. And we'll have some opportunities for you to share more as well. But keep perhaps these in mind also as we'll be having this theme of course, societal challenges, but how we can also tackle them and work to mitigate these risks and challenges as well. So we asked this question, not in the last report, but the year before also, and we got these responses. So what you see here is kind of a visualization of the answers that we received, where the bigger the word is, the more replies we got. So we see here, reminding what you mentioned, climate change is up there. We have poverty as well, education and healthcare was also mentioned by you in the chat and was one of the top ones for us as well. And then also gender equality, mental health, clean water, sanitation, and others. And in line with, of course, the lack of empathy that was mentioned as well, racism and discrimination. So these were some that we saw in the pool Asia, Europe. We also saw that there were some differences in which societal challenges Asian respondents replied, and European respondents replied. So of course, again, there might be differences between the regions, but we see these as the overarching ones for this response. Okay, then connected still into the same survey that we conducted for this report, we also asked the respondents to indicate how confident they are that themselves, but also their peers, would be able to take on and take active leadership roles in addressing these societal challenges, specifically in their country. So you see here the sliding scale in which the replies that we received, and with the pen function, so now we're moving you to a different function on the screen, you'll be able to annotate. So if you go to your Zoom bar, it's a similar pen, which gives you the option to annotate on the screen. So if you click that one, you'll come up with another bar again, where you can pick the pen, and you can pick a color also if you want. And then we want you to indicate how confident you yourself feel that you can play this leadership role in addressing societal challenges.
You can click and draw a little dot next to the either very confident, extremely confident, moderately confident, slightly confident, etc. There's also stamps that you can use if you want to just indicate also with a stamp.
Many options.
So you see some indications, some stamps coming up, and some drawings.
Okay, you found the function. That's the first step.
Yeah.
Okay, you see that so far we see mostly confident, some that are slightly less confident. Of course, this is different depending on where you are, but we hope that throughout this program as well, you'll be able to, at the end of it, feel confident to put it at the highest level of confidence. But of course, this is a journey. So we're glad that we have still some room for development here and that we can work with. But yeah, glad also to see that there is confidence in the group, which we can help perhaps rely on and help guide the others as well. Yeah. Okay, last couple of seconds to indicate, or we'll move on to the next one. Okay, mostly confident.
Some just slightly, some moderately, but good that none of you say not confident at all. That's reassuring for us.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to clear the screen so if you can take a pause on your stamping. Then we'll go to the next slide.
Okay.
Oh, now I'm still stamping.
Okay. So we also asked in general when it comes to the perception of how confident you are, not only in terms of your own, but then how confident are you in the future? How do you envision the future, and how what are some words or feelings that come on when you think of the future and the way we're progressing? And here's again a word cloud of some of the replies that we received. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, this one was more open.
Yeah. So these were open words of how people felt when thinking about the future of whether we can solve these societal challenges, whether we can tackle them. So it was an open question here.
So we see both cautious and hopeful. So of course, two sides of the same coin here. Cautiously optimistic, perhaps, as well. But whilst we see people that are uncertain, we're also those that are motivated and inspired to perhaps then take on the roles to help tackle these societal challenges. I see Sarah here also indicating that she's nervous but hopeful. So yeah, feel free to put in the chat as well how you feel in regards to solving societal. Well, you can take it two ways: either societal challenges as a whole, or also your own role in relation to societal challenges. So how confident do you feel then being able to work on these together?
Okay. So we'll give it a few seconds just to see what you have to say, see what people feel. Excited, potential, idealistic yet concerned, excited, skeptical and pessimistic, but also determined and inspired.
So yeah, many people feeling both sides here. Perhaps a bit cautious, but wanting to be optimistic about the future. But some people very concerned. So we perhaps can then provide you with tools and ways in which we can work together towards this as well. See, uncertain but resilient. Again, we hope that this is the start. We can hopefully get to more, if not completely extremely confident, but at least optimistic about your own role in relation to it. Okay. Again, feel free to comment on each other's if you wish, and you can also add more in the chat as we go on. We're conscious of time and we want to give you as many opportunities to provide your input here as well. Then continuing on this note, when we're looking at technology to address societal challenges, we are often looking at it in a very positive light of this is how we're going to use technology to solve X challenge. But we also need to be mindful of the risks and the potential drawbacks of using technology in this way to ensure that we, again, are doing so in an ethical, sustainable, and inclusive manner. So here you can again indicate with the annotate, so either pen or stamps, as we saw, which potential drawbacks you see there are by using technology to address societal challenges. And if you have any that you don't see on the list, then perhaps you can also use the chat function for this to add some of your own suggestions to the list.
I would say also that these potential drawbacks might be very specific to your community, your country that you're in. These different drawbacks maybe look different across the two regions. So keep this in mind as well.
We have a split here, a lot of different ones, which we also can see from the results from our report, was that there are quite a few different ones, and we see the risks across a number of different themes. But I can see a few indications on, same here, we see data privacy, reduced human interaction, empathy, lack of transparency and accountability. So ethical concerns as well. We see that these are more or less in line also with what we saw as the top concerns, perhaps from the survey reports. Okay. Thank you. Okay, give you a few more seconds to indicate before Freya will clear everything.
Okay, all your drawings.
So we really like that. I like the colorful addition of this.
The stamps are fun.
The stamps are fun. I didn't know that was a thing. Okay. Then we'll clear the answers now and move on to another question for you. I see her hesitating as she's clearing.
I'm so nervous to clear all your drawings.
Okay, so when we look on the other side of the coin then, so we've indicated some of the potential drawbacks or risks of using technology, but we of course want you to look into in the action phase ways in which technology can be used for good, in ways that they have actually worked to help mitigate or reduce risks or work on removing these societal challenges in different regions. So now you have the opportunity also to add here what you think are the benefits of using technologies to address societal challenges. And again, if you think of something that is not currently on the list, feel free to also indicate this in the chat. Already see increased accessibility and inclusivity, having a couple of stamps, as well as rapid response to emergencies.
Increased innovation and creativity.
Oh, they come in batches. They're like loading on the screen for us.
Improved quality of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cost savings and resource optimization as well.
Lovely. Yeah, so there's a lot of potential benefits, and we hope through the leadership and action phase you'll be able to see these more concretely through the different case studies that you're finding.
To be able to look at both the potential benefits and the drawbacks, you're also hopefully gaining a more critical approach to how we use technology, as well as a not just be all solve all situation, but in a way that we can be mindful of these as well. Give you a few more seconds. We see also that there's a quite good split here. We think that many of these are applicable to you as well. Okay, then we go to the next one to share a bit more from the results of the 2024 report then going into it. This one will just cover a little bit to give you an overview of what we saw in last year's report in relation to that. And we go into not only technology as a whole, but then how you work with technology. So we asked a lot of questions in regards to the different hard skills and soft skills needed both currently, but also in the future for the ways in which the job market is developing and how we can adjust to better adapt to it. So we asked here what types of skills are most needed in the perception of people who replied. Is it soft skills or technology-related hard skills that are most needed to be developed in order to fit into this society 5.0 and being digitally prepared? And we see that overall the results was showing that both are equally important. But then we also saw a lot of people indicating that soft skills like communication, problem solving are more important than a minority of the replies that specifically technology-related hard skills are needed. And when we looked into the answers and analyzed it, of course, the ability to be able to adapt and being adaptable and in relation to also problem solving as a soft skills is perhaps sometimes more flexible than the hard skills that may or may not be dated within a shorter time. We see the way technology is rapidly being developed in today's technological world. So learning a new hard skill might only last you for so long before it becomes a new thing. But yeah, the soft skills are something that we hope that we can develop here in this program with you. And we also looked into some of the technology skills that you could develop, and we encourage you that whilst you might not be able to get the specific hard skills from us, because Lord knows I don't have a very strong technological background, and neither does Freya. But that there are other opportunities for you to seek out to learn these as well in your own time. But we wanted to, beyond, of course, sharing these different perspectives, and again, you can learn more about them in the full reports, to give you an opportunity to reflect a bit in groups on how you envision the future, and perhaps either positive things that you're thinking about it, or fears that you may have. And again, give an opportunity to introduce yourself to each other. So we'll put you into breakout rooms again, this time for around 10 minutes. So we'll put you into some smaller groups to an extent. Some of you may be in same size groups, but give you opportunity to talk here. So introduce yourself again to the new people in your group, and talk about the future that you wish to see, either in relation to Society 5.0 or beyond as well.
Okay, we'll give you 10 minutes for this, or maybe just under. Let's give you 8 minutes.
Okay.
8 minutes for this, so we can wrap up at the end of the session, and we will see you back here in a bit.
Okay. So,
Just fixing a few things.
don't turn off your cameras just because you're coming back.
Yeah, we still want to see you.
Okay.
Okay, quick reactions. How was that for everyone?
Hi, I'm back. Sorry about that. Vicky.
Ah,
Oh, is it time to talk?
You can, yeah.
you can
Okay.
say you can if you like. Quick
No, because
reaction.
everyone's giving a reaction. I was like, oh, okay. But no,
You can
yeah,
give emoji reactions as well, or you can
Yeah.
say briefly how you felt.
it was really amazing. We really talked about how balancing the innovation and like equal opportunity was really difficult. But yeah, but our group had Nikolai in it, so we only had one new participants that I could meet, but overall it was a great 10-minute for me. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, we tried to mix the groups as much as we could. We're sorry if you didn't end up with, or you ended up with someone you knew already. But we'll try and keep them mixed. We're conscious of time, so we'll thank you for all your reactions, and we'll just go through a few logistic things. Thank you for the hearts on the screen also. Okay, I'll keep them there because they're nice. So, yeah, I know it was such a short time. We're very sorry for this, but you'll have more opportunities throughout the program as well. So, some logistics and next steps. Some of these I've mentioned already, but what is important is tomorrow you will have a summary update email with all of these key things, but I will just mention them verbally first. So, as I mentioned, you will be uploaded and enrolled into our e-learning platform. This will be a separate automated email that you will receive from us with your login details. This is where the recording will be, where your different tasks during the program, where the discussion forum for your journal reflections will be as well, and any additional resources. So that will be one thing. On the platform, we're going to set you a starting individual task to start off with this week. So look out for this. We won't tell you what it is just yet, but you can start on that tomorrow. We won't start the journaling until, well, I mean, you can have any of your initial reflections yourself this week, but we'll start with the forum, the discussion forum for the journal reflections next week after our first bigger content session. So this will be there. We will then also add you all with your email addresses to our Slack platform. This will also be an international automated email that you should receive to join the platform. This will be where you can also have more informal chats with each other. You can discuss your travel plans. You can get to know each other in different ways, different type of communication here. Also, when you start working in your teams, we'll also have individual channels for your teams working together as well. So that's Slack. We know lots of you are waiting on us for emails on your travel arrangements or your visas. Please bear with us. We are working through these as quickly as possible. If you have not replied to us, then that's on you. We look forward to hearing your response. If you haven't booked your flights yet, even if we've approved it, or we're waiting for you to send us something additional to be able to approve your flights, then do follow up with this. We know flight prices are increasing, so please, respond to us or be patient with us while we get back to you.
On the patient note, we might come with requests which for you sounds very weird. Like we want you to have specifically this in the screenshot, or we need this and this. Trust me, it's because we need it for our internal process. So if we're being nitpicky with certain details, please be patient with us, as we want to make sure that there's no mistakes later, so that there will be any mishaps with you actually being reimbursed properly for your travels. So trust us that when we ask for it, it is important.
Yeah. As we've mentioned, ASEF is a publicly funded organization, so we do have strict financial regulations that we have to follow because it's all public money. It's all your own taxpayer money. So of course we want to use it wisely, and please keep this in mind when we ask for these things. I was going to say something else. And if you have any questions or hesitancies on these processes, please contact us. Don't just sit there with your questions, uncertain if you should book something or whatever. Just ask us, please. We'd rather you ask questions than be anxious about something at a later stage, and not communicate with us. Also, we will coordinate all of our emails through the asefyls@asef.org email address. So this is how we are ensuring that we keep track of all of your email addresses. If you are sending us emails to our individual named email accounts, we won't respond from these ones. So please try and coordinate it always through ASEFYLS, and that's where we will find your emails. No need to CC other people also, because we will always keep track in that project mailbox.
We see it.
We see it, yeah, both of us see it. We will see your emails, we promise. And a reminder also, however, that while we try and respond as soon as possible, both on email and we will on Slack and eventually on WhatsApp as well, our working hours are Singapore time, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday to Friday. So, and within that, we also are running a number of different things and have a number of different projects and activities that we're running. So please bear with us if we don't immediately respond to your emails. We see them, we will respond as soon as we can. Okay, so that's on the travel arrangements and the visas. Other documents that will be coming in the next couple of weeks are a practical information booklet, as well as a pre-departure briefing video that will prepare you for your travels to Japan, and the detailed on-site program, as well as the preparation for the leadership and action phase. So these documents will be coming soon, so keep a lookout for them. As we mentioned, we will get these probably weekly update emails with the key details in them, so please keep a lookout for these and keep track. This is where all the key information will be. I think that's it. Anything else will probably be in the email tomorrow if I've forgotten to mention. We have a couple of minutes for questions if your question relates to something that is applicable to everyone. If you have a really individual concern, please email us and we will handle it separately. But yeah, any questions, you can either write them in the chat or you can put your hand up and ask also, or just unmute yourself. And if there are no questions, then I'm very happy, because that means we've done really good communication already. But if there are questions, then let us know. Yeah. Okay. I'm not seeing any, which is
might be because you don't know yet.
Yeah, which is also fine. Okay, no questions. Then we are available on email, and we will be on the Slack platform as well once we get this set up. So thank you all so much. That's great. I'm very happy that there are no concrete questions for now. Okay, but if you do, email us. Then we're happy to wrap this session up. Thank you all so much. And you will hear from us in the coming days with some different points. And we will see you all next Tuesday for our first session on this content-based with a group of speakers. We'll share with you who those are very shortly, on what's the future of the economy in Society 5.0. So see you all next Tuesday at the same time, and we hope you will have a lovely rest of your day. Take care.
Bye-bye.